In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix a sliding screen door screen. And we're going to do it right now. If you have a sliding screen door like this, or even a window screen, any type of screen that has a channel right here and what's called a spline, this video should apply to you. The only difference between this door and, say, a window screen is how to remove it. So I'll show you how to remove this because we want to do that just to make it way easier to repair the screen. So step one, sometimes with these you can just slide them in a little bit and then lift up and the bottom will come out. But this one's actually in a good position where it won't pop out if something hits it. And that's how this happened. The other way to do it, the right way, I guess, would be to loosen these screws right here. These are for the rollers that sit right here. There's a little assembly right here held in by these two screws, and then this is the adjustment screw. But the only problem is it is so rusted that I cannot even move them. So those should probably be replaced at some point, but right now I just want to fix the screen. So you can do this repair while it's on there, but I don't recommend it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna remove this track right here. Looks like it's only held on by a couple screws. Hopefully there's no glue or anything, but to get it done, that's what we're gonna do. I'll just try not to lose these screws. So obviously this is unique to my door, but just do whatever you gotta do to remove the door. Just to see before we go any further. Okay, that's gonna come off. Cool. So now there might be some paint or something holding this in. So I'll just give it a little tap. Okay. Oh, it has a channel. So at the same time, I'm gonna have to pull this out. Easy peasy. And just be careful because that is part of what holds in the stationary panel. So just make sure it's not gonna fall out. So there's two elements to a screen repair, and it is the screen itself and then the spline. The spline is right here. It sits in this channel, and you can follow this along like here, where it obviously popped out. If yours didn't pop out like this, you can use a hooked pick or something small like that and just work that out of there. And we can remove it all the way around. And if you don't have or don't want to buy a new spline, you should be able to reuse this depending on how old it is. So you can carefully take it out, or you can just buy new. Now we can talk about the type of screen. So you can use whatever you want. There's a bunch of different ones. There is like this, the standard mesh, which is, it's strong, but not as strong as what was on there, which is called pet screen. It's thicker and a lot more durable. So that's what I got. It's also a little more expensive, but it's up to you, whatever you want to do. Sometimes when you use this, you might have to get a smaller spline. I ended up getting a new spline, but it is the same size as this. So this is 0.125. They have a bunch of different diameters, but the best thing to do if you want a new one is to take it right to the store and you can match it up. Before we install this, make sure the track is all cleared out. You can see all this debris right here. We're just gonna scrape that or vacuum it out. Now we can take our new screen, and you want to overhang it at least a ½ inch. I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to use the bottom of the door as a gauge to keep this even, like that. And then we can roll out the screen. Now, I'm going to pull this out here. And this is not completely necessary, but it makes it easier. I'm going to take some clamps and just go right in the corner like this, and that will hold the screen in place. You just want to pull it slightly. You don't want to pull it like too much so that it warps the screen. And keep that in mind as you're doing this. Just close it right there. Now I'm going to take my new spline and I'm going to start right in this corner, put it right to the edge, and push it in like this. Use a flathead screwdriver to start. There we go. Got it started. And then I'm going to use this fancy spline tool. It has a flat wheel, and then it has a wheel that has kind of a groove in it. I'm going to use that to just roll this out, making sure that it pops in there. Go nice and easy and nice and even. There we go. Make sure that's in there. And I think that spline's going to work. Feels pretty tight. Now in the corners, you're not going to be able to use that wheel. It's not going to get in there. So you kind of have to bend this like this. Use a flathead screwdriver. Push it in there. Like that. And this right here is an example of what not to do. So you can take this back out, and then right on this corner here, I'm gonna put just a little bit of pressure on here and pull like that. I don't want to stretch it too much. I just want to make sure it's taut like that. There we go. And then as you go down here, just try and keep it even. Use your roller and do the same thing. Just make sure that's sitting all the way in there. Just pulling it this way to keep it tight. Just moving my spline as I go out of the way. Another thing that can happen if you pull this too tight, it may warp the frame because these are aluminum frames. Just to make sure, put a little more pressure on this. Make sure this is set in all the way. Now on this side, do the same thing. This is where it starts to get even more important that you're pulling it to keep everything even. That end and this side are locked in now. Your screwdriver, as you bend it around here, careful not to put a hole in the screen. You can start to see this screen tightening up as you pull this. Just don't want a bunch of ripples in it or wrinkles. Just put a little pressure on it. Make sure it's locked in here all the way. And another corner. Again, just pulling slightly. I know I keep saying that, but it is important because you don't want ripples. And then right at the end, you can either use some scissors or a razor knife. Cut the spline and finish this up. A little bit more. Grab the flathead. Tuck it in there. Now you can check for wrinkles. If you have to, you can remove that spline and pull them out of there. This is looking great though. So I'm just going to go one more time with the roller all the way. Now we're all done with the clamps. Then we can use a nice sharp razor knife and go along here and just carefully cut it. Make sure this is sharp enough. Just try not to cut into the spline. Corners might be a little tricky. Just stay far enough away from the blade in case you slip. That's why we stay away from the blade. It's getting dull. Okay. However you have to do this. I did it like this, but didn't necessarily have to do it this way. Just put that in temporarily. Underneath, you can see these wheels. You push it up to get them in the track. Just like that. There. Now I know this is the spot that I can remove this the opposite way. But over here, I couldn't get the wheels on, so it all depends on your situation. And then if it needs to be adjusted, you can adjust it right here. This is raising it up. These were all the way down and still couldn't get it off. Raise this one up a little bit, but I can't. That one's rusted. And then I can put the rest of the screws in my track. So now the screen is repaired. It's sliding nicely. And the only process that's going to be different is the removal of whatever screen you're working on. But the process of repairing the screen hopefully will work for you. So if you needed to do this, I hope the video helped. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Look at bad luck Chuck right here. Show no struggle, Lauren. No struggle, zero struggle. No, show a little struggle. I'm telling you, these friggin' yellow jackets are everywhere.